Hey everybody, and welcome to Alcoholic Anonymous. Crew Review Show.
Shit.
I'm DJ, and that's Rex.
Okay.
Over there, who are you again?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, the Angry Gnome.
fuck me, right?
Maybe after a few more.
Wow.
This is some damn good. All right. So,
That is some good bourbon, though.
yeah, if you haven't figured it out, we're reviewing John Wick 2.
I don't think they would have figured it out, but
You don't think?
John Wick 2,
His bourbon of choice?
Chapter 2. Where was I? Okay. All right, let's get this ball rolling. No!
I get it, 'cause
Yes, sir.
The ball. Yeah, I got it.
Well, I got a cube, so
Oh, I'm sorry, you're lame.
fuck you.
Don't be a square, bro.
Hey, leave me and my cube alone.
Don't be a lemon. Be a rosebud. Okay.
Leave me and my cube alone. I told my doctor I drink more water.
Yo.
He didn't say anything about it being an alcohol. So, no. What were your expectations going into this film?
My expectations were quite high. John Wick set a pretty high bar,
Yeah.
and I was a little worried when I heard there was going to be a sequel. And I'm like, God, they're gonna try to milk this, and it's gonna suck. And I like to note that I was very pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Very pleasantly surprised.
Coming from the person that doesn't really like sequels.
Right. John Wick Chapter 2 exceeded my expectations in every way. Every way.
Even the gay way?
In every way.
Okay.
I was sitting there masturbating to Keanu Reeves posters for like a week. It was...
Sounds
wonderful.
very sticky. Rex?
Sorry, off-camera stuff.
Rex? Expectations.
Like Gnome, expectations super high. Again, I was like Gnome. I wasn't drinking off to John Wick posters for a week. It was more like 4 days. But that's neither here nor there.
You just got tired because stroking Damien takes a lot of work.
It really does. Down, boy.
Believe it or not, that hand used to be the same size as this one.
And believe it or not, Damien is coiled around the bottom of this table.
You have no idea.
Shit, I thought I was stepping on a cord.
Yeah, I've been meaning to actually.
My bad. I had some good expectations going into seeing this film. I'm just happy they didn't do what a lot of other films do wrong, in which they'll come out with a movie and it's good, and they decide to do a sequel and they wait 10 years to do the sequel.
Yeah, at least this was like a
This
relative.
was like it was within 2 years of the first one. Sorry, 3 years of the first one. I thought, going in, I thought the story was good, but we'll get to that a little later. No, pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Pros, it's John Wick Chapter 2. Do I really need to say very much more? Pros, Keanu Reeves was excellent. Yet again, the man is doing his own martial arts stuff and his own stunts, and this is incredible. Ian McShane has the smoothest, most buttery voice I've ever heard in my entire life.
By thy own hand.
And he just makes everything just that much better. Lawrence Fishburne was excellent. Everybody in this movie did exactly what they were supposed to do, even Ruby Rose. And I wasn't expecting very much from her.
Wow.
I'm
So
sorry.
would you say you expected her to shut up?
What I
'Cause you kind of got it.
right. I was expecting her to be out of place in that movie, kind of. I can't really explain. I can't really articulate it very well, but I felt like she was going to stick out like a sore thumb when I heard she'd been casted, and she didn't, and it was actually very, very well done. I like Common in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I felt the same way with Common. I thought he was pretty good. He was really good in there.
Yeah. Like I think everybody did.
Even though all of our reaction was the same. It was the same when we saw Common. What are you doing? Sit down.
What,
Yeah,
did you not like him in Suicide Squad?
Oh God.
I almost forgot he was in
By
that.
the way, ask Gnome
Are
what
you
his
sure that
Christmas
wasn't Will
present was.
I think it's on the Instagram already. They know. But yeah, I really can't even think of any cons. Like I think the only con that I can really think of, honestly, is that there's obviously a very rich backstory behind the entire John Wick universe.
Yeah, we definitely.
with the Continental.
Right, with the Continental and this entire society that exists kind of just behind the curtain and everything that has its own, a currency and its own customs and laws and everything like that. And I there's a lot of lore there that's kind of unexplored. And that's my only complaint. But we have a whole nother movie because the third one is coming. We have a third.
Allegedly,
it's coming. We have another movie. We have another movie to explore that. But I think that's the only thing that I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of. Is that we don't. In the first two movies, we don't get a lot of clarification as to why the Continental is the way it is. Excuse me. And where it came from, and that to me is kind of pertinent background information that we didn't get. But I think that's the only con that I could think of, and that's just really me wanting more. That's just me wanting more John Wick. So, yeah.
Rex. Pros and cons.
Pros. Keanu Reeves doing his own stunts. Amazing. Cons. There were a lot of them.
What?
Yeah, I know. I love John Wick too, but there were a lot of cons in this movie. What? And I'm gonna start with that intro that they had with the motorcycle. It was like a movie within a movie where you saw a chase and you heard the crash and you saw the accident on the projector screen and all of that, and it kind of made sense. And I thought that was great. The symbology there was amazing.
You mean the symbolism? The symbolism.
Whatever. The big thing though, there was a lot of, to me, unnecessary exposition. The entire beginning was with like the main Russian henchman or whatever he's supposed to be. From he's the nephew, cousin, twice removed, whatever.
He was the brother of the main villain from the last.
Yeah,
one.
Whatever, right? He.
I always forget his name. Peter.
He was unnecessarily over the top.
Yeah, but I think that was intentional.
No,
yeah, because you weren't gonna.
No,
get
that's just because that's the way he acts. But
unnecessarily,
and he wasn't the only one.
I think
he was not the only one that was over the top.
I think that opening monologue about John Wick was intentional because the henchman even stops him when he gets to the part about the pencil. He goes, he once killed him with a pencil. I know.
With a fucking pencil.
Right. It was self-aware. It was very self-aware, and I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was very amusing.
No, I think that there were that wasn't necessary. They could have done that 100 different ways, showing quickly a video or whatever, or even guys whispering in the background talking about what happened last week or however what the difference of the time difference is and everything like that. But to me that placated unnecessarily. I thought telling him that he killed a man, yeah, I know, with a fucking pencil. Yeah, we understood. We didn't need to see it. Like, in fact, with a story like that, I would have rather not explain it and actually just showed him doing it, which they did. So they didn't need to explain that he could do it. So yeah, I don't think that we needed that exposition. Showing him the ability to do it was great. And you know what that would have done? All that would have done is piqued more people's interest in thinking, oh, wait, what? He just killed somebody with a pencil? And somebody had been gone, oh, you didn't see the first one? Yo, they told a story about him killing him with a pencil. Now they just showed it. So you should go check it out.
Now it becomes foreshadowing.
What?
Foreshadowing.
How?
Because he kills 2 people in the movie with pencils.
Yeah, okay, but you know what? Exactly. There was a lot of unnecessary things. A lot of, exposition ex machina. Okay? That's how...
Exposition ex machina.
Yes.
New term.
Can
you hand me some more of that bourbon, sir?
Oh, by all means. Bourbon.
Thank you, sir.
Could be worse. It could be gin.
Ugh.
Like common.
When I heard that, I'm like, but who drinks gin,
Honestly, I know a couple of people.
But why?
All right.
Standards? I don't know. Like, their standards are that low.
There you go.
Gracias. Yeah, this is legit John Wick's drink of choice.
No. But you were saying unnecessary exposition.
Unnecessary exposition. And to be honest, a lot of this movie felt really predictable. A lot of this movie felt very predictable. I still enjoyed it, but this movie was super predictable. It's some of it is around Ruby Rose, but that's neither here nor there. Some of it was John Leguizamo, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, John Leguizamo had a pretty small part,
and that's the way they need to keep John Leguizamo in a lot of movies. Just a tip. All right, that's it.
No, I think he did a great job with what he was doing. And
yeah, I agree.
He had one good line, and that's about it. Everything else,
yeah, really.
Yeah,
sorry,
no, he was in
5 scenes.
Exactly, okay, and he only needed one line in that scene, okay. And I don't know if you know this, but you got a cracked windshield. But other than that,
that didn't bother me actually.
Oh, I thought it was funny. I mean,
am I the only one that felt that way?
As far as being predictable, there is one very predictable thing about a John Wick movie. And the predictable thing about a John Wick movie is that John Wick is going to kill everybody.
Oh, yeah, the body count.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because after crunching the numbers, the first John Wick movie, 77 confirmed kills. So what do they do for this one? They're like, oh, we got to top that.
Facts.
128 confirmed kills.
My math is not that great, but damn.
It's definitely more.
Because 128 is a bigger number.
I don't know. Like I said, I think that there's a certain bit of predictability to a movie like this by necessity.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Like I said, and there was a lot of over-the-top acting that was completely unnecessary in this movie.
It's an over-the-top movie, though.
The first one was an over-top of the movie, but it wasn't. But there wasn't a lot of over-the-top acting at all. I dare you to argue otherwise.
I would have to go back and watch the first one again, which I would always happily do. But I'm sure I could probably find some overacting in there.
Hell, even Jimmy, who came back to reprise his role, the guy who played Jimmy, what seemed so forced and unnatural. Mm-hmm.
I think you're nitpicking.
I'm not nitpicking.
I think
this is legit me watching this movie completely unbiased.
I think you're nitpicking.
Wow. You know what I like about this? The fact that our roles have reversed. You love this movie, and I'm I need to say this movie apart. The irony in life.
I think you're nitpicking. I think that this movie hit all the right notes.
No. I'm definitely going to say that this is not going to be a stroke fest. This is not going to be one of those movies that we're going to agree upon on this one.
Okay. Sorry,
folks. It's not that it's a bad movie. It's just very predictable to me.
All right, no.
Says the guy who likes all manner of predictable movie. But go ahead.
No. Quotes.
I'm trying to think if there is a particular I like the there's a callback to an earlier scene. So the scene between Common and Keanu Reeves. What was Common's Cassian?
Cassian.
Cassian.
Cassian. Cassian.
Okay, so Cassian and John Wick, after he goes to kill the mobster's sister,
Giovanna, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So the sister's name was Gianna something Italian I can't pronounce.
Right.
Gianna D'Antonio.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So after he goes to kill her, him and Cassian, who is her chief bodyguard, get into this
ward. Is the technical term?
No. She would be his ward.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So they get into this huge fight after everything is said and done, and they end up crashing into the Continental foyer. And they're told to stop, obviously, because you can't kill anybody on continental grounds. So,
no, you can't conduct business on
no, you can't kill anyone.
No, that's considered business.
You can't kill anyone on continental grounds. I thought about that, too, after he kills that mobster whose name I can't remember. What the hell is
Santino.
After he kills Santino, I thought maybe they wouldn't, excommunicate him because it was personal. But no, they did anyway.
They consider it business.
Right. So, they're told to sit at the freaking bar and, hash it out. And so Cassian pays for the drink and goes, consider this a professional courtesy.
Yeah.
Later, after the bounty goes out on John,
for $7 million.
$7 million. Cassian finds him again, and they fight in what is supposed to be, but is really not, the New York City subway.
Only New Yorkers would figure that
Only
out.
New Yorkers would know that, but
yeah.
that was nowhere near the New York City subway. That to me looked like a Metro North train or something.
You know what that was? That was a Canadian. Like,
Probably.
It was too clean.
Probably, but yeah. So they get into a knife fight on the train, and John obviously wins, and gets the knife right there in the chest, and he sits Cassian down, and he says, "The knife is in your aorta. If you remove it, you'll bleed and you will die." Takes a second, steps back. Consider this a professional courtesy. And I enjoyed that callback. And you see Cassian give a little smile because he's like, all right, okay, fine.
I got owned on that one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there are a lot of great lines. Ian McShane delivers a lot of great lines. There's that one scene between Winston and Santino when Santino tries to demand that John Wick's membership in the hotel be revoked. Oh. And he goes, "I have the right to demand." And Ian McShane's character Winston stops him. "Nothing. You demand nothing of me." I was like, "Oh shit,
yo,
you fucked up,
son." My man hit him with yo.
Because this is my kingdom. I was like, "Damn."
He was like, "This is my kingdom, and you can enjoy all the rights and privileges."
I just like that.
Come there for.
You're right,
like,
because that whole thing was just like, you don't bother me, dude.
Facts. No, I definitely remember that quote. There was a couple of other things that I remember. You know who had some decent quotes in this? Lawrence Fishburne.
He did.
Like, he was like, "Somebody get that man a gun." And I love how he pulled out the 1911 with 2 magazines, and then he just takes one away and goes, "That's seven rounds in that clip. That's $7 million. That's $1 million a round, baby." Yo, Lawrence Fishburne, he again another person who was over the top, but that's kind of the way he always is, and I liked it. If he was the only one that was over the top, I would acknowledge, that was great. That's who he is. But whatever. But Lawrence Fishburne, the Bowery King of the homeless in New York. But you know what? It would not surprise me if that's a real thing.
Could be.
Yeah.
That's your coat.
What?
No, I'm just asking. All right. Here's my pros and cons on this thing.
Here we go now.
Fuck you.
I hurt you too.
Fuck you.
Go ahead.
Fuck you.
Wow.
The hate, right?
Wow. There's a lot of venom in that. I'm kind of glad I'm over here now.
I can get up.
No.
All right.
Could you?
Yes, I can.
Please don't on my account.
All right. I thought the casting in the film was good.
Yep.
I liked everyone in there. I'm a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. All right, like, I was kind of disappointed because right after The Matrix, it seemed like he was kind of like falling off.
He did a lot.
He went into B-roll obscurity. He did like one movie after like The Matrix that I really liked, and that was Street Kings.
Still never saw it.
It's a pretty good movie.
You didn't see
Didn't see it.
Chris Evans is in it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I liked a lot of Keanu Reeves movies after the
Yeah.
Matrix.
I also like Lawrence. I loved Lawrence Fishburne in this movie. I thought he was. I agree with Rex on that. I liked a lot of the lines. One of my favorite ones is he goes, "What is the bounty up to?" He looks over to the guy. And he goes, $7 million. Woo! After this, we going to Applebee's.
Yeah, I remember that.
Here's where I start taking some issues with the film. Has a car guy.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Has a car guy.
I didn't know if I should bring that up.
No, you gotta forgive me on this, but has a car guy. One does not go and destroy such classics like a 1969 Mach 1 Ford Mustang.
Oh, God, I wanted to have my children.
Really? That's what you're upset about?
No, I'm not done. Or the fact that he messed up the 70 SS Chevelle the 454 LSC.
Oh. Preach on.
I felt with certain things about this plot, everything that happens, it's all John Wick's fault.
Yes.
Had he just went, I have a marker. Fine. For all you know, after he kills his sister, Santino would have been like, all right, we're even. We're cool.
Hell, he could even killed his sister from a distance.
I don't think so.
I feel he put the bounty on him because now he's like, okay, he killed my sister. He's going to want my ass now for what I've done.
Well, no, he wanted his ass because, remember, Santino sent those assassins in after him after he did what he was supposed to do. So it wasn't that he was going after him for no reason. That's not John's fault. So the burning down of the house is John's fault because the guy Santino had a marker and John reneged on it.
All John had to do was say yes, kill the sister, and be done.
Right, and reneged on it. But and the penalty for that was the burning down of his home. But after he had done what he was supposed to do via the marker, the guy still sent the assassins after him.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, he sends the assassins after him because he knows John Wick is pissed off.
Yeah,
and it's coming for him.
But he doesn't know that. The fact that
you burned down the homie's house.
No. But you have to understand, there's a sequence of events here, and I think you're ignoring that. There's a sequence of events.
No,
he was told. Listen, he was told by Winston, there are certain rules in place where there is a marker. Do the job and just be done with it. And he was going to take Winston's advice.
No, he did Winston's advice. Winston's advice was actually do the job, and then afterwards you could probably burn down his house.
Yep.
Okay.
So he said,
but
just do it, and there will be no repercussions.
Right, but that's the thing, right? So he did it, and for all we know, and because we don't get the opportunity to explore this, we wouldn't have had a movie if this had happened, obviously. But for all we know, John would have just stepped out of the limelight and just been done after that. He wanted to retire. It was all he wanted. Winston talked him down from killing Santino, so he might have just
worked
done
all once.
He might have just done right. He might have just done it and then gone home. Santino took the extra step, the preemptive step, of trying to kill John Wick after he did the deed, and that was what provoked him. So that part is not John's fault. The house getting burned down was John's fault. John had a marker. He put his blood into it.
Let me ask you this. Yes. Do you really think that after he had his house burned down, if, let's say, Santino didn't send the assassins, he wouldn't go after Santino?
You don't know that. You don't know that. That possibility is unexplored. Again, we wouldn't have a movie if that possibility had been explored.
I don't think he would have. You know why? Because look what happened when he got his car. He got his car, and he was like, he literally walked into the Russian guy's, main office, and put out a shot of vodka and was like, to peace, and he just walked out with his car.
Right.
John Wick isn't an unreasonable man.
Right.
Okay? That's all. Like, all he would need to know is that you're not coming back after him. There are going to be no consequences, no repercussions. Just, it ends here. The favor is done. We are done.
Right. So, I mean, that part is not John's fault. Only the beginning part really is, because he knew that there were consequences, and Winston reminded him of this. There are consequences to doing something like refusing a marker. The burning down of the house, them trying to kill him when they burned the house down, obviously. Consequence. He got out of the house. He was still alive. He had a choice. You could either do it or you could try to go after Santino and make things worse. So he decided to do it. Then Santino sends these guys after him. And when he looks at the assassins, he looks at Ruby Rose and her and the other assassins that Santino sent. And he says to her, loose ends? And she signs it and she says, yeah. So it wasn't about the marker. It was just Santino cleaning up loose ends. And when he called Santino even said, what kind of man would I be if I didn't avenge my sister's death? And you see a lot of mob movies that are like that. There's an old Forrest Whitaker movie, Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog.
And Ghost Dog, right? So
that's a classic.
Right. So he plays an assassin. He kills somebody at this mobster's request, and then they try to kill him for killing the mobster. While he was one of us who still gotta avenge him, even though they were the ones that ordered the hit. It's the same mentality.
The circle of life.
Still definitely doesn't matter. However, moving on with this train, there's a scene I did like, in which when he comes face to face with Gianna, and he tells her, they're talking about him killing her, and
was it about the side boob action?
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, okay.
All right. The fact that after he's like, I'm here to kill you on your brother's wishes, she goes strips down, gets in the tub, and then slits her wrist down the track. And he's like, why? Because I live my life how I want to, and I'm going to go out how I want to.
Yeah.
So then she lies in the pool, bleeding out. And then to me, John's all like, well, fuck you.
No, that's not. No,
I know what it was really for. But, I'm looking at that, and I can't stop thinking that. Like, fuck you, bitch.
I keep thinking, to me, that scene just seemed. It was just, again, it was just another throwback to the first one. William Dafoe, fuck you, I go out on my terms. And pop. See, told ya. You know what I'm saying? Well played.
No, I had no issue with her killing herself. I thought that was pretty good. But now, like I'm saying, that's what I found funny about that, because that's what keeps playing in my head every time I see that.
Fuck you?
Yeah, well, fuck you. I'm still gonna shoot you.
Well, he's gonna make it look like he killed her, right?
I find it funny how the movie tries hard when they first introduce her character to really make you not like her. When she's talking to that dude and she goes about control of his people, he's like, she goes, your people gave me control. They gave you control because they had a knife to their throats. Semantics, but regardless, that knife was meant for their children. And I'm like, okay, they're really trying to make you not like this woman. So when he kills her,
yeah,
but she still somehow comes out as sympathetic and
yeah, like you didn't want, like you felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Even though she was a cold-blooded bitch. Yeah.
But that's pretty much my complaint and grievances there.
Okay.
No, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Again, I'm going to disagree with Rex on this. I thoroughly enjoyed John Wick 2. I thought everything was well done. I think there was some overacting, but I think it was intentional. I think that the exposition at the beginning was intentional. It's a stylistic... It is, though. It was a stylistic choice. And I really can't say that I disagree with it at all. I like the way everything came out, and I'm looking forward to the third one very much. I feel the third one might get a bit tiresome, but I like the first one. I like the second one. And, I really don't have any complaints. I just want to hear more about the backstory. That's, I'm a person who's, lore obsessed, right? Whenever I play a video game or I watch a movie or whatever, I'm going to find if there's any books about it or anything like that, just because I want the complete story. And I think that was my only complaint. I think that John Wick Chapter 2 was quite excellent.
You okay there, Rex?
He's upset.
I don't see how he can't see it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Again, it's a stylistic choice.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch this movie probably another dozen times, but if you're gonna ask me if I would recommend it, no. For the same reasons I said before. It's predictable, over the top, unnecessary. It's just not. It's really not one of those really. It did not supersede the first one in any way, shape, form, fashion, or manner. So if you watch the first one, keep that in your mind. Don't watch the second one. It's unnecessary.
Watch the second one.
I will disagree with Rex on that one for the sole fact that if you're like me and you love action films, you don't watch it for the element of surprise. You watch it for see people get killed. And 128 to be exact. So what I'm looking forward to part 3 was probably going to be like 264.
Because, it's not my logic, it's math.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have the statistics. All right, but anyway, that's been our show. I want to thank you all for watching. Do us all a favor, hit the like and subscribe button below. And if you have any other opinions about the film, hit us up in the comment section. Or if you have any suggestions for other films you want us to check out, do that as well. That's been the Angry Gnome. Rex, where can people find you?
Rex the Crew Review Show on Instagram and Twitter.
I've been DJ. You can find me on DJ of Crew Review on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the show on Instagram and Twitter at The Crew Review Show. Thanks for all watching. Till next time.
Yeah, this bourbon was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
But that's just me.